Heery State Park, located in Clarksville, Iowa, is another gem of a campground. It has great options for fishing, has a boat ramp. You're right along the Shell Rock River. And there's a dam here as well, so it offers just a lot of different fishing opportunities and amenities that you can enjoy, a playground for the kids. So let's go ahead and get into this park tour. This is Aaron Goes Outdoors. Thanks for tuning in. As you turn off the highway, you head right here into Heery Woods State Park. And one of the first things that you're going to come across is the bike trail. This is actually a pretty neat part of this area. It connects a lot, so you really can have a really neat experience. You can go to places like Allison. There's a nature center that you can go and check out just across the river. You also can go to Shell Rock, and you can see they have this nice map on here so you can check out some different places. And there's a nice campground in Allison as well. And so it connects those two, and you can have a few-hour bike ride and really just enjoy that. So you can see some of the more how the cities are all connected here. And I would need to look it up, but somehow there's a loop as a part of this too, so you can end up right back where you started. And you can see they provide some really handy tools. So if you have any issues with your bike or getting ready to go on the trail, you got a lot of stuff that you can take advantage of. And then right next to the bike trail is a local hiking trail. So if you're not an avid biker and you want to do a little bit of walking, there's a place you can go here. It does allow horses as well, so any any riders out there, this is the place that you can check out as well. I'm not for sure how long this trail is. Beautiful tree cover. It really feels like a natural campground versus an RV park. To the right here, you're going to find the boat ramp. To the left is going to be where the campsites are. The campground also has some great options for folks that just want to host events, have grill outs, host parties. There's this structure here, and then there's one later on that's deeper into the campground. Here is your intro sign with some general information about Heery Woods State Park. It is $20 a night if you show up and don't have a reservation. It's $25 if you do the online reservation. The online reservation is super slick, easy to use. Some other things that are worth note: they don't have a place for trash or dumping in the park. So you'll have to take that off site, and they do have a map that shows, it's in the middle there, it's one of the smaller ones, but it shows where you actually can dig your trash and dump. But just focusing in on the MikeAnyParks.com, that was super slick, super easy. Here's that dump and trash information. So just be aware of that you want to have some trash bags and have a plan for taking care of that. And as we walk over here to the boat ramp, just going to talk a little bit about fishing. This is above the dam at the park. Some of the fish that we saw people catch, we actually did see somebody catch a northern. They just had a pole at their campsite that they threw out with weight and some bait. Also saw some smallmouth bass, some catfish. It does say, you can get into some walleye, largemouth bass. We didn't see any of those while we were there. But other than that, just kind of your typical Iowa river fish. I did pull up a study from the DNR that they did in 2025. In that area, they found 112 walleye, with 63% of those actually being 15 inches or greater in length. So you actually can get into some nice walleye. Like I said, we didn't see any of that while we were there, but anyways, there definitely were some great fish. Now headed back to the main loop. You go to the right, and that takes you to the main campground by the river. And the left is kind of the exit. I'm going to go ahead and walk that way just to be the opposite of traffic and be able to show you some of the neat wooded area that's out here. It really is beautiful. It's not like your RV park, where it's all open, and it's about the activities. This totally is a campground with the fishing, with trails, nature. It's easy to enjoy. The kids run around and explore and find neat things. There was lots of little animals. The bugs weren't bad at all. It was really just an enjoyable experience. The weather was great, and we really liked being next to the water and hearing the noise, which you can see here. There's a few camp spots right there along the river. And you can fish right from there. And then on the other side here, there's actually another portion of the campground where there are more spots that are kind of away from the river. And there's spots for tents and campers. That side wasn't as busy, but it's just nice to have both options if you want to be next to the water, or if you'd rather be farther inside. And now it's going to be time to check out the bathroom. There is public restrooms for both men and women. They include both toilets and showers. Definitely not a high-end bathroom, but was clean, so no complaints there. The water was warm, facilities were clean, easy to use, would do again. And there's also some nice playground equipment right here next to the dam and the bathroom, so kind of at the heart of the park. you can enjoy and the kids can play and you can sit and watch the water, and it's just a nice feature, and it's new and clean, so it looks like it's been really well taken care of. Finishing up kind of the loop as we head back to our campsite. On the way, they have another shelter here, which is kind of cool in the middle of this large open area, and it features a lot. You know, you have your table set up. It's just kind of a neat structure. You also have a fireplace. You know, if it gets a little later, you could have some light and some heat. But a great opportunity to get some folks together in a great place. I don't know what the rates are, but I'll make sure in the article that I put on the website that has that in there. But anyways, just a great campsite, really relaxing. Love having the water in the background. I just think that I sleep so much better when you have the water noise. But I'll let you listen to it for a little bit, and then I'll wrap the video up. So all in all, in my opinion, Heery State Park is great for the price. It's $20 if you don't reserve ahead of time, and it's $25 if you reserve ahead of time. They have both spots available. We love being right along the river. There's not a ton of spots, so even if it's full, it's not busy or feels crowded. It's just a great setup. The fishing was fun. We didn't catch too much, but it was enjoyable, and the scenery was beautiful. Just a couple of the picky things. The bathrooms are okay. They weren't bad. They weren't great. So there's nothing really to nitpick there. They did the job. But one thing that was kind of weird is there's no garbage collection here. And the dump station isn't here. So nothing too crazy, but just something to be aware of if you are considering booking here. Just having a plan for getting rid of your garbage and getting rid of your waste. But they have some signage for where to do some of that stuff, as I showed in the video. But again, thanks for tuning in. This is Aaron Goes Outdoors with another campground review. Stay camping, stay fishing, have fun. Take care, guys.